Hi everybody! Thank you so much for making your way back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Alyssa and I have a bachelor's degree in early childhood education, and I like to put out content about early education and literature. Today's video is about what I've been reading personally lately, and also what I've been reading in my classroom lately, as well as some of my favorite books that I've had out for my kiddos lately as well. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I'll start off with a couple of the books that I've had out in my classroom at the beginning of the year. I have since rotated my books. We started out with the unit all about me and like families. So also I kind of incorporated a little bit of like back to school. So this first book was kind of an impulse buy on I don't know, I saw like an ad for it on Facebook. It is called A New Alphabet for Humanity. So I like to incorporate alphabet books into my classroom, but purposeful. And I really liked this one because it had really cool vocabulary. Like M is for mindful, and then C is for compassion, D is for diversity. So I would say if you are an early educator, this is a great classroom book because of the really cool vocabulary in it. The only thing that I did not care for in this book is there was one letter that I didn't like, and X is for exhale, and exhale starts with E, but X and exhale still kind of make the same sound, so I can get past it. But yeah, it had some really cool vocabulary in it. So Alphabet for Humanity, love it. The next book that I loved reading to my class, I think I only did this one day, was We Don't Eat Our Classmates by Ryan T. Higgins. And I think I saw someone reading this on TikTok, and I was like, I need to get that book. It is so cute. And you could totally do a picture walk, and then have the kids do predictions and sequencing activities with it. I think my SLP that visits my classroom borrowed it and did a sequencing activity with one of the kiddos, and I just love this story. It's so fun, and yeah, I think that if you have not heard this story, you should read it. Maybe I'll try and put it on my channel for some read alouds, because it's really a fun one. So the other read aloud books that I've done, I don't have with me. They're in my classroom, but I did Pete the Cat. I love My White Shoes. The kids love Pete the Cat. Any sort of Pete the Cat book, they love. Another one, well, the month of November, we've been doing, since it's Native American Heritage Month, we've started off with the book We Are Water Protectors, and I feel like maybe might be a little bit controversial because it's kind of talks about, well, not explicitly talks about, but you know, there is an underlying message in it, but I didn't explicitly teach that underlying message. I just asked the students, which are 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, to they asked all these questions, which was really great. I read it for 2 weeks, and they did, I said, I don't know, you decide that for yourself. So if you haven't read We Are Water Protectors, it is a really good book. It's definitely one that I have in my hard topics category because I think it could get iffy on controversial topics, but it's got really beautiful illustrations, and that's another thing we talked about because it does have a Caldecott Award. So we talked about what the sticker is on the book, that the illustrator got an award for the illustrations that they made, and yeah, so that was a fun book to do with my preschool class, and I think it would be really fun to do also like during Earth Day. So the next book that we're doing we started last week, and I don't have the whole week off for Thanksgiving. We go Monday and Tuesday. We are doing the book called Fry Bread, and so it's another Native American heritage book. We talk about how there's different ingredients that goes into making something, and it has a ton of really good vocabulary. I also left it at school, but like sizzle, pop, the word heritage, and then at the end there's a recipe card. So what I did was I asked the students, I said, what do you think this picture is? And some kids thought it was like a birthday invitation, some kids thought it was a note, and I think, so we started on Monday, and on Thursday I said, this is actually a recipe. And on Thursday we made Play-Doh, and I had the kids read to me, okay, how many spoons of flour do you need? How many spoons of oil do you need? Because we don't really have the means to cook at our school, but we made Play-Doh, and it was really fun. The kids loved it. They loved making Play-Doh and following a recipe, getting messy. My room was a mess, and I felt really bad for the cleaning crew, but yeah, they said it was the best day ever, and they got to learn. I think this week, since we have Monday and Tuesday, I have like the little puffy characters that go with the book. I think we'll do one day with the characters, and then the next day we might like watch a video of the author reading the book or something. Another favorite book that's been in my classroom is Creepy Pair of Underwear, and I tried to pack it up when I packed up all the like Halloween books, but it was sitting on my desk, and the kids were like, where's Creepy Pair of Underwear? And I was like, oh, it's on my desk. And then they just wanted to read it again, so I'd put it back out on the bookshelf. They love it. They think it's hilarious. I had to tell the parents, yes, we read a book about underwear, but they love that book. So, the other book that the kids also read this year so far was Abioyo, which at first I was a little bit iffy about, but our instructional coach kind of gave us a lesson plan with the book Abioyo in it, and I was like, okay. I just thought it might be a little bit scary for preschoolers, but it was fine. I told them, like, I kind of made, we watched a video of someone else reading the book because I didn't have a physical copy of it, and they, I don't think they loved it, but they didn't hate it, so definitely not one of their favorite books. The other book that we read was Chicka Chicka Boom Boom, and they really liked that one. So we did this cute little project where they picked out the letters of their name and put them on a picture of a coconut tree. Now, I didn't think that I would have to worry about preschoolers telling other preschoolers that the tooth fairy was not real. I was wrong. There's a part in Chicka Chicka Boom Boom that says, and something along the lines of, and loose tooth tea. And then one little friend goes, somehow the tooth fairy came up and told all the other friends that the tooth fairy is not real. And I was just like, what? So I just kind of pretended like we moved on. I think maybe like 3 friends around argued with that friend, so it got taken care of. It was fine. But then the next day when I read it again, I just skipped over letter T. So yeah, but yeah, those are all the books that we've read in preschool so far this year. Some of the books that I've read so far this year, I just finished the book called Becoming by Michelle Obama. I listened to it on Audible, and Michelle Obama reads it on Audible, and it was a really cool perspective of how the campaign and everything was. Like, it was really interesting to hear her perspective from like like her whole life, and then Barack Obama's campaign, and then like her standing up for like just advocating for girls and girls in education. And it was real. I would really highly recommend either listening to it or reading it, because just listening to someone else's perspective when you think you have heard one thing, it's always interesting to hear someone else's perspective. So the next one that I just finished, I just finished this Stephen King book called The Outsider, and it's a good long 600-page book. What can I say? It's Stephen King. It was really good. Like, it was a really good murder mystery. And then some supernatural elements, because, you know, Stephen King is all about like supernatural elements. And then I saw this sticker on my book that it says soon to be an HBO series. And then I bought this book quite a while ago, so I looked it up on HBO, and there is it is now a series on HBO, so that's cool. I don't love supernatural elements because I don't like reading about things that can't actually happen. And that's a me problem. But this book was really good, and I feel like it almost in a way left off on a cliffhanger, like all Stephen King stuff does. This is the only Stephen King book that I've read, but I've like seen movies and stuff. But like in a way kind of left off on a cliffhanger. But I don't know how to explain that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about this book. But if you need a good murder mystery thriller, definitely pretty graphic and gory, but it was still really good. What I've been reading lately is Circe by Madeline Miller. I am about halfway through this book, and I've kind of realized I'm just like not into Greek mythology. Like, there's so much that has happened in this book, and this is only 400 pages. And like there's so much that's happened, and I just like, I'm like a little bit bored. Like I don't really care anymore. So I don't know if I'm going to finish this, but if you're really like, if you love Greek mythology, I think you'll really like this. I just like, I have to really be in the mood to read this because it's just like not one of my interests. But yeah, that's what I read lately. I did just start 2 new books, so I'll talk about those when I'm finished with them. But yeah. So thank you guys so much for making your way back to my channel and clicking on it if you're new. I love to talk about children's literature and just literature in general and education, and I'm just like, I just love everything about education. So check out some of my other videos, especially how to build your classroom library. Yeah, and I will see you all in my next video. If I don't see you in